Hello, Scorpio. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading focused on the second half of February from the 16th all the way through the 28th. General reading as always, guys. It won't resonate with every single person, so please do take from this what makes sense for you and release what doesn't make sense. If you're interested in your own personal private reading at this time, that info is down below in the description box, and as always, I will include a link to all of the decks and creators that you see here today. So we're going to be starting things off with these two decks right here. The first is by Angelic Revelation 144, Divine Love Affirmation, Self-Love and Relationships deck, and then we'll pull a message from the Whispers of Love deck. I believe this is by Angela Hartfield, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll include the link down below. All right, guys, so let's begin. Let's go ahead and take a look and see the direction that this is going to go this time. And as always, cross watchers are certainly welcome. Angels and spirit guides, please. First, Scorpio. So let's grab a card from this deck for you. I'm guided to this one. What a beautiful card. It says, I love you. Okay. And so fitting, considering by the time you guys hear this reading, it'll more than likely have just been after Valentine's Day. And it does say, I choose to embrace love and laughter, living life to the fullest with my divine partner. That's a great card. Okay, so choosing to embrace the love that you share. And it's also very important to allow laughter and just being able to enjoy each other's company into the relationship and maintaining that as time unfolds, you know, because sometimes we forget when we run into challenges, when we're not getting along, when we run into obstacles in our partnerships, you know, we forget that. So it's important to maintain that. Let's go ahead and grab one from the Whispers of Love. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. All right, I'm guided to this card. This one says, turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. So clearly from this card, it says, I love you. So just try to focus on a very significant moment between you and your person when things were good, you guys got along, the love was strong, and maybe right now you guys are just going through some challenges that are making things a little bit difficult for you. So we'll take a look and see where the rest of this reading is gonna go. All right, so I'm guided to pull messages from... Let's start things off with the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle. This is by Aqua Moonlight. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio for the second half of February in love and life. We do have farewells, so this is an indication here for some of you guys that you're not with this person, that you have said goodbye to them. They've said goodbye to you. You guys are not together right now. Okay. Part of that problem here between the two of you could have been that they weren't ready to commit. They wanted to roam wild, as this says, wanting to be very free-spirited, taking risks in their relationships, their lives, just entertaining other possibilities, perhaps. That could have also been a situation where there were infidelities, and so it could have even been you, Scorpio, that said goodbye to this person once you realized that they weren't wanting to commit despite the love that the two of you guys had shared at one point in time. We've got sidetracked here, so delays, distractions, and changes in the relationship that ultimately led to the demise of this partnership. Okay. We also have Deja Vu coming through, past life. You guys could have connected in a past life, and maybe when you first met this person in this lifetime, you felt as though you had known them before, and you certainly could have. But it seems here, since it is Deja Vu, something keeps happening for this person or for you or the relationship. Maybe you guys are kind of on and off, in and out of each other's lives. There are patterns that keep repeating, either for the relationship, you personally, Scorpio, or this person. And unless these karmic lessons are learned, it's like being on this never-ending merry-go-round of lessons, and it's time to learn it, whoever it is that applies to. But clearly we have somebody here in this state of euphoria. They were just chasing thrills, getting in and out of relationships, I feel, that were perhaps superficial and nothing serious. They just wanted to enjoy themselves, have fun, lots of laughter. Interestingly enough, this is another card that says laughter. So it just means something very different from this card. I feel they weren't looking for anything solid or to commit to anybody. They just wanted to enjoy themselves, you know. But here, the love is where it started for the two of you, choosing to embrace love and laughter, living life to the fullest. But something clearly happened here where they were sidetracked by somebody else. And where did that lead you guys? Right here. This upheaval is representing shock, the unexpected, trouble, which is very similar to the energies of a tower moment in a situation. Okay. And so right now we've got unspoken, regrets, lost words, disappointment, and also an indication that more than likely you guys are not talking right now. But here's the interesting twist to all this, because we have an apology, returns, forgiveness, and gifts. So they messed up. Somebody messed up, and they want to come back with an apology. But for some of you guys, I can already hear it. It's like, oh, hell no. I don't want this person back. They fucked up, you know? It's like, I don't want them back. So it's up to them to learn these lessons. If they don't, then it certainly is up to you to go in a different direction and find love elsewhere. You don't have to accept them back in. You've got your own choices. You've got your own free will, you know? Even if somebody comes forward with an apology and getting down on their knees and saying that they're sorry, you know, you don't have to accept that apology. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take whatever bullshit they're coming at you with, especially if it's just not coming from a place of sincerity, and if there's a part of you that really still doesn't trust this person. Okay, so they created this upheaval, and they're going to have to pay the price for that upheaval. All right, so let's add to this. I wanted to grab some additional insight from my Silhouettes deck. This is a new one that I've been introducing lately. So Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what else is going on. What else is going on in love and life for the second half of February? Caged. Yep, look, it says you're not imprisoned or trapped unless you allow yourself to be. Open the door and walk out. Exactly. You don't have to take their bullshit. You really don't. So I'm kind of feeling for some of you guys, it is you that detached because they cheated on you, or there were third parties. There were infidelities here, more than likely. They were sidetracked by other people. They created this drama right here, you know, and maybe you just gave it your all. You did everything that you possibly could. But at the end of the day, when it's time to go, it's time to go. For some of you guys could have been childhood sweethearts. Maybe you've known each other forever. You grew up together. You could have even connected in this past life, you see? And then we've got lucidity. So this card says, clarity will come once we open ourselves to the truth of our reality. Sometimes painful, sometimes beautiful, but through our own epiphany, the sun can shine again. Absolutely. So maybe you needed time to be able to get to the point where you finally could see things clearly and what it was that you needed to do to break free from a situation where they just did not treat you right. So I'm kind of feeling here for some of you guys, it was you that said goodbye to this person, or they broke up with you and you were kind of just left with your own defenses of what it was that you could do to heal yourself. But that actually, I feel, is what's going to make you a whole lot stronger as a result of this experience. We have leap of faith coming through here. So this card says, because sometimes you just have to trust, you will land where you are meant to land. Absolutely. And this reminds me of the Fool card in traditional tarot, you know, taking that leap of faith and welcoming in a fresh start in your life. And sometimes the only way for that to happen is by experiencing a tower moment, because it levels things out of your life that no longer serve a purpose. So this person, they might have actually done you a favor, you know? Didn't feel like it at the time, but as more and more time passes, you'll see that that's what actually needed to happen to lead you down a road where you can find happiness elsewhere. Someone that's way better suited for you, perhaps. So in the meantime, dance like no one is watching. You know, just be independent, be solo if you need to. Just live in your own world and just kind of focus on you in the meantime. You know, somebody could also be very talented in dance if that applies. Can't make this up. Okay, Apocalypse falling right next to Upheaval. This card in this deck represents the Tower, you see? And it says the Tower will fall when you ignore the red flags every time without fail. Okay, so because of what they've done, because of the infidelities and the distrust and the sneakiness and the lies and the secrets, however way that played itself out, which I'm kind of getting from the surrounding cards here, that contributed to this Tower. It did. Interesting. Look at this. We have a mystery man. Okay, but it could be a mystery woman for some of you guys. So this card reads, you don't have to tell him about me. We can just keep having fun together. I don't need to meet your family, your friends. It's our little secret. Come on over. You see? Infidelities. Sidetracked. Delays. Somebody who was roaming wild and entertaining other options in love and romance. So again, if it's not a man for you personally tuning in, then it could be a woman. Take it for how it makes sense. So, genius. Make wise choices from here on out. You are meant to learn lessons as a result of this experience. But remember, with this Deja Vu card, okay, it's a repeated pattern. So if those lessons are not learned, it's going to keep resurfacing for whoever needs to learn it until the lesson is learned. And lastly, look at that. Temptations. Not everything you see is meant for you to have. Exactly. But the thing is, lines were crossed, boundaries were crossed here, and that created a lot of issues. That's what's coming through here. Wow. All right. So that's intense, Scorpio. There's no way around this. You know, that's very clearly presenting itself here that there was cheating going on. Someone was sidetracked by other people outside of the relationship, and that created a lot of problems. All right. So let's go ahead and grab some insight from my tarot teacher. Let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio for this love and life reading for the second half of February. Pretty intense stuff. Angels and spirit guides, please. Okay, we have a couple of reverse cards coming through here. So we've got the Page of Swords. For some of you, maybe your person could be a younger air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. In the reverse, this is somebody that could be delivering bad news. It is deceptive energy, someone who's manipulative. They could be a dimwit, somebody that you consider to be that type of person. They're all talk and no action. Okay, makes sense to me. And then we have another one here. We've got the Empress now in the reverse also. This could be a very smothering feminine here, somebody who's very selfish. It's also tapped into insecurities, okay, and infertility. So maybe some of you guys tried to have children, but you're having issues in that area. So that obviously is for the feminine here. Wow. We've got this Eight of Swords coming up next. This is somebody who's backed into a corner, you know, just feeling restricted and feeling trapped and imprisoned in a situation. And if that's how you're feeling, Scorpio, just know that it's all in your head. Remember, going back to this message, which is pretty much picking up off of that Eight of Swords, you're not trapped. You're not caged. You're not imprisoned unless you allow yourself to be. So open that door and walk out of a situation if it's no longer serving a purpose. It's time to take control. Time to take control. What else for Scorpio, please? Angels and spirit guides. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so there's a turning point here that will eventually come in for you, Scorpio, after having gone through these tower moments that have been very difficult for you. Your luck will change, certainly when it comes to love and romance. Things will eventually start moving in the right direction. And then you've got this Eight of Wands right here where exciting times are coming in for you. Okay, there's movement here. This is progress. This is fast movement right here. And also, it's a card of freedom, breaking free from somebody that wanted their freedom. So go ahead and give it to them because you deserve way better than what they could have ever offered you. Okay, so the Hangman, see things from a new perspective. This is also a card of putting things to a pause, you know, and letting go. The moment you let go of what perhaps you've been holding on to, that's when the universe sees, it's like, oh, okay, it's time for us to deliver something better to Scorpio. It's time. And what is that? This. Look at that. The Four of Wands is happiness. Okay, so this is a celebration. This could be where you're headed. You might actually end up connecting with somebody who is a twin flame for you. And the only way for you to experience this was by letting this chapter of your life go. So if you've been wanting to get married someday, finding that ideal mate, that life partner, here it is. This is where you're headed. But first, you gotta let go of this person who hurt you. Heal from that, of course. And once you're ready to move forward, you've got the Wheel of Fortune bringing you good luck, good karma, and all of the changes that need to be implemented in your life. That's when the changes are going to start happening. That'll be the turning point for you in your love life. Okay? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I wanted to go ahead and grab some dialogue messages here. Let's grab some from my Divine Masculine here. So the Thinking Man Oracle, this is the volume 2 version. Let's take a look and see what this masculine would like to say to the feminine here. So remember, the Mystery Man card came out. So for some of you guys, it's the feminine who actually entered into another relationship that could have entered into third parties. But if it's reversed for your situation, you know, if there was a mystery woman, if it was a woman that came in and ruined the relationship, then take it that way. Okay? All right, masculine. What do you want to say to your feminine? That night we were together, I never told you that I loved you. I'm hoping you felt it in the way I kissed you, touched you, made love to you. Okay? So maybe this is this masculine reminiscing about the last time that you guys were intimate and had that physical connection, especially knowing that the feminine has detached and moved away from the situation. You know, because again, remember, we've got apology. Some of you guys might eventually have a masculine who wants to come back, wants forgiveness. If indeed it was the masculine, or whoever resonates with the masculine energy, because it is just energy. Masculine can be a man or a woman, but clearly we've got the mystery man that is reflected in this reading. So that's a very specific message for some of you. Okay. We also have, every time I hear your name, it stops me in my tracks. It leaves me shaken, and I have to remind myself that it's over because of me. There you go. I'm also getting, for some of you, that this masculine could be the mystery man, that they got themselves in a situation and they were actually the third party. Okay, so take that if that makes sense. I've never known anyone as beautiful inside and out. I'm completely enamored and obsessed with you. Okay, so we have a masculine who's obsessed with the feminine. Since you've left, I've forgotten what making love feels like. Since you've left, I've tried to move on, but my body knows the difference between making love and just having sex. So again, this is an indication that we might have had a masculine who entered into a third-party situation where there was cheating going on, infidelities. And once the feminine detached, it was as if, hold on, wait a minute, what have I done? The one person that was actually good for me is now gone. And so maybe they've got regrets, which is why we've got an apology. Interesting. Let's grab one more. I care more than you will ever know. Okay? So my feminines, if you needed to know that, that's what's presenting itself here. So let's go ahead and grab some additional insight on behalf of the Divine Feminine. So I wanted to grab some cards from my Woman's Intuition Oracle here. Okay, so focusing now on the Divine Feminine messages and what the feminine would like to say to the masculine. I forgot to mention this is my Woman's Intuition Oracle. All right, Scorpio. Whoa, that's very interesting. You can run, you can roam, but only I will feel like home. Remember this card right here? Roaming wild. Okay, so that's an indication here that it, for some of you, was a masculine that was wanting to roam and to run and to just kind of entertain other options out there. The heart wants what it wants, and I want you. But, you know, despite what's happened here, for some of you guys, you still desire your masculine. And letting them know it's like, I will never love again. Because we started off with the love. At one point in time, things were good between the two of you. And perhaps wanting to restore that. But some of you guys have detached and walked away from this relationship because of the infidelities. Whether you are a man or a woman, whether you resonate more with the feminine side or the masculine side. What else, please, for Scorpio? I'd move heaven and earth to be with you again. Okay? Which kind of makes sense for me, especially if you happen to be a feminine who allowed this mystery man to ruin the relationship that you had with someone else. And it says, what do you want? Never mind, I already know. Okay? So you could actually be able to read your person's mind here. And bottom of the deck, look at this. You were the best mistake I ever made. That mystery man right there could have been the mistake. Wow. So that's what's presenting itself here from the feminine. Let's go ahead and grab some additional insight here, guys. From the Journey of Love deck, volume 1 and 2 by Bridget of Divine Essentials. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. All right. What else do we need to know here? In love and life, we have beauty. Everything about you is perfect to me. So they certainly still find you to be a beautiful person inside and out. And maybe you guys needed this tower moment in order for them to wake up and have that realization that you're actually a perfect fit for them. But we do have karma doing its thing here. Karmic. This taught us our lessons, which could equate to the blessings as a result of those lessons being learned. Because remember with this Deja Vu card, and it does say karmic lessons, repeated patterns. So it's time to stop the pattern. It's time to learn the lessons. Attraction is still here. I'm drawn to you uncontrollably. This one says fated. I'm sure this was all meant to be. And that can be good and bad. You know, part of this journey certainly was fated as far as you guys connecting in this lifetime, but also all the painful things that have happened in between, that as well was a part of the journey, you know? And then we've got anger. I'm so mad at myself. Yeah, they're mad at themselves because they know that they ruined something that was beautiful and something that was very meaningful. We have the soulmate card. We've done this before. We will do it again, especially if you have connected in a past life. Maybe you guys had a particular storyline in a past life connection where it ended very similarly, and therefore, as long as those lessons again were not learned even in a past life, then this is the lifetime hopefully where that pattern can stop. And you guys can simply work through this and the challenges and figure things out in this lifetime so that you guys can just address the issues and overcome the obstacles if that's what's meant to be between the two of you. All right, so let's grab some additional guidance from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio in love and life for the second half of February. I can't believe how fast this year is flying. We're already into the second month of the year. Divine Feminine, girl power. Okay, so my feminine's definitely wanting to be heard in this reading. This card says, I am powerful, but I can be fragile. I am strong, but I can be weak. I am beautiful, but I can feel ugly. I am laughter, but I can be serious. I am joy, but I can be sad. I am love, but I can be hurt. Take me for everything that I am. Don't try to change me. I am who I am. I find it so incredibly interesting that that is actually the third card in this reading that happens to mention laughter. So that could have been something that you guys really enjoyed between the two of you. You made each other laugh. It was very lighthearted. You enjoyed each other's company, you know, and being able to hopefully bring that back for some of you guys. It's possible, but I'm also feeling there are those of you that have detached from this relationship and said goodbye to it and heading more towards a different direction and finding love elsewhere. We have touching. The attraction, the fire, the passion between us is undeniable. I want you, you want me. We have had this intensity right from the start. The way you kiss me, move me, make love to me. I remember the way we looked into each other's eyes, the sound of your breath, the taste of your kiss. Nobody will ever touch me the way you do. Nobody. But clearly there were infidelities here. But in order to appreciate these intimate moments with you, Scorpio, they had to perhaps experience other connections outside of the relationship and realizing ultimately that you guys belong together. But again, it could ultimately come down to timing and your call to decide if you even want them back as a result of all of the drama that happened in between. But they're clearly communicating here that they love you. We started off with this card that says, I love you. So this is something that they're definitely wanting to convey to you. We have the truth. I may look as though I'm over you, that life has moved on and I'm over it, going about my day-to-day and being fine with how things ended between us. Nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is I'm barely functioning. I need you. I miss you. I love you. I pray someday I can tell you face to face. Okay? And last card, we have everything. You are the one. My lover, my best friend, my peace, my safe place to land, my everything. I love you with every fiber of my being. You came into my life so unexpectedly. Life truly had a plan for us, and we are forever changed for the better. So ultimately, this might be your destination here with this person, Scorpio. Maybe you guys had to go through hell and back in order to get here. You know, realizing that you guys are everything to each other. Made an impact on each other's lives here. Okay, so that's what's presenting itself from that deck. I wanted to also wrap things up here with some healing messages from your angels, Scorpio, to wrap up this reading here. Okay, angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio, second half of February. So some final guidance from your angels for the second half of the month. Can you guys work this out? Absolutely. You know, because there are those of you who might receive this apology, and maybe that's all it takes to be able to find forgiveness in your heart for this person. But, you know, it's really up to you. You've got your own free will to do with this whatever you want to do. If you want to open up that door and walk out, if you haven't already, and lock the door behind you and never return, then that's your option too. But maybe it also comes down to what we started off with, because as this says, turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love with this person. And maybe it's that love, because it's such a repetitive message in this reading that they love you. And if you still love them, then it could be that love that creates healing, that can help repair the damage in this partnership. Your guardian angel is watching out for you and protecting you at this time. No doubt this has been a very painful journey, and your guardian angel is here to help you heal through this. Okay? Your life is meant to be calm and tranquil and serene, not crazy and chaotic like that. Okay? We've already had 2 Tower moment cards that came through here. All right, what else, please? Angels and spirit guides for Scorpio. Playfulness. Okay, this is one of those cards where you're being reminded to allow fun back into your life. And certainly with so many references to laughter, I feel that can be restored for some of you guys here. And then look at that, can't get away from it. Okay, so if you can find it in your heart to forgive, and that certainly does not guarantee reconciliation or that you're going to accept this person back in, this is, as I've mentioned in many readings, a gift that you offer yourself so that you're not carrying the burden of whatever happened here, so that you can move forward, whether it's with a reunion with this person or whether it's on your own, moving forward in a very different direction and finding love elsewhere. That's your prerogative, okay? But no matter what, bottom of the deck, your angels, your spirit guides, higher power, the universe, God, whatever your belief, they are supporting you and watching out for you at this time. And look at the card after that, divine timing. Comes down to divine timing, which is so crucial for healing here. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. I do hope whatever part of it resonated with you this time around, that it helps you out and that it helps you to heal your heart, if that is certainly what's needed at this time. All right, guys, if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. That's it for now. See you next time.